Well, this coming Monday, a milestone for Oakland as the city swears in its first female fire chief. Teresa Reed is also the nation's first African-American woman to head up a major metro fire department. She spoke with me earlier this evening about the challenges that she faced along the way. Well, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
And you've now made history. You're making history by what you're doing. In fact, Monday morning when you walk into the office of the chiefs in Oakland, you will definitely be making history.
Yes.
So is this a life's plan? Did you start out thinking, one of these days I want to head a metropolitan fire department?
I think a good question would be, did you ever think that growing up that you would want to be a firefighter? Mm-hmm. I never thought growing up or ever said I want to grow up to be a firefighter. It was just something by chance that during that moment in time I had an opportunity and took advantage of it, and here I am.
That opportunity came about because you had seized on another opportunity with the telephone company.
I tested for the position of a telephone installer, where I went out in the field and I was climbing poles and climbing under houses and on roofs. My mother was like, "Why can't you be a dental assistant?"
Sounds like a mom to me.
Yes, yes.
But it was a family affair as to how you got interested in the fire department.
It was a family that, in fact, gave me my application for the fire department. My brother, Ron, worked for a San Jose Police Department. And originally, I was going to school at San Jose State. I was majoring in administrative justice, and I told my brother that I wanted to be a police officer. And after him being in the service for about 5 years, he came to me and he says, "No, you don't want to do that." I didn't know if he really was saying you don't want to do that, or he just didn't want his little sister working, working with him. So one day, going by to visit with him, he handed me this application and he said, "The fire department is hiring. Why don't you take this to one of my other brothers?" His name was Randy. He goes, "Why don't you take this to Randy?" And so I remember to this day walking down the stairs of his apartment and reading the minimum qualifications for that position. It said something about ladders. And I said, "Well, I know how to raise a ladder," because I was a telephone installer. Mm-hmm. And so I made the decision to fill the application out.
And then you started along another historic path for the early women who were entering the fire department. What was that like?
That was, a lot of times what I tell people when they're looking at recruiting women is that you can't just bring women into a department and say, "Yes, we have women in the department." You have to create this inclusive environment for them. In San Jose at the time, the stations were built for men. And what that means is that the firefighters slept in a single dorm, big room with a bunch of beds in it. The bathrooms and locker rooms was all shared facilities. And when Chief Osby came in and he made the decision that he was bringing women into the department, one of the things that he did, because he couldn't automatically go out and change, 28, 29 fire stations to accommodate women. So he was able to make small changes like putting cubicles, dividers in between the beds, placing lockers on the bathroom doors, but even this and sometimes didn't.
Did you face discrimination?
Yes. Was it a story like some women could tell, or maybe some of the black firefighters that were on the department before me? No, it was not their story. But there was the cracks of, well, turn the lights on because we can't see Teresa. Just silly, immature jokes like that.
But you moved rapidly through up in the department. You're at San Jose for how many years? San Jose
25 years.
So being fire chief of Oakland, what are you expecting there? Oakland is a city with its own set of problems, unique set of problems.
Well, I think Oakland, when I find myself defending Oakland more and more these days, but Oakland's a great city. Oakland's a great city. It has, and like any big city, it has is black eyes that it gets from certain things that goes on within that city. But Oakland just needs strong leadership, and we have the Mayor Kwan. We have a new city administrator. She had brought in a team that recently been on a cover of a magazine, identified as a dream team, with the city administrator and her two assistant administrators, a new police chief, and now a new fire chief. I think we're going to start seeing, some changes in Oakland. And not only that, but you see, a small inkling of the economy changing and moving upward too, which is going to benefit not just Oakland, but a lot of the cities that are having problems.
Key
with the
question
budget.
is survival politically in Oakland. I guess you've thought a lot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different in San Jose. And I recall speaking to someone and telling them that I have to be aware of the politics, but don't get caught up in the politics. Just be aware of it.
Well, we wish you well, new Fire Chief Teresa Reed.
Thank you.
And we hope to have you back here once you've got through that door and really looked at what's behind the wall.
I would love to. I would love to.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.